Great awakening, light lords, and grand rising to those who have not yet awoken, to know that the base of reality, any reality or dimension or realm of existence, is no thing. And anything after that is infinity. It's the embracing of life, the embracing of experience, and the embracing of conquering any obstacle that you have in your way. The conquering of any obstacle that you have in your way to increase the level of fulfillment and the relinquishing of desires, in order to relinquish that desire and to attain another desire, to get more and more fulfillment of desires. So I want to make this video for the group that I am an admin of, called Friends of the Light, and I wish to reboot my videos for my YouTube channel. So I'm going to start out by saying I love myself. I love myself. Love is understanding. So understand yourself. Understand yourself through your astrological, numerological, and biological energy. Okay? Once you get your astrological and biological energies into one, and you put these thoughts together, then you will actually begin to know yourself, and will actually begin to teach others about themselves, and you will know, because you will know yourself. Okay, when you know yourself, you know everything. If you look at anything outside of yourself, quote unquote outside of yourself, this is where you start to delve into the illusion of reality, the illusion. Okay, the illusion itself has a purpose. The illusion itself is being, is existing itself. Okay, so friends of the light, this is my message to you all. Okay, this is my message to you all. This is my first message and the base message for everything that we have coming on this site and on this platform and on this realm of enlightening each other, enlightening. Okay, so everything starts from no thing. Okay, everything starts from no thing. No thing is a thing. Okay, no thing itself is a thing. So what you must get from this is that if there is no thing, you gotta think, if there is no thing, then that no thing reflecting itself back to itself will create the infinity, the infinite things, okay? Infinite, that means in all the different types of polarities, rhythms, sounds, numbers, everything comes from this place of no thing. Okay, so from no thing, people can conceptualize darkness. Okay, this conception comes from the right brain. In the right brain, there's creativity, there's nurturing, there's all different parts of abstract thought. There's all different parts of abstract thought, okay, which the left brain then breaks down into logical thought, mathematical thought, linear thought. It all breaks it down into linear thought in order for us to take it step by step, instead of us having to deal with it all at one time. You see, dealing with it all at one time, being finite beings, being short-term, or what we can conceptualize as short-term beings, it's just a lot on us. And God would never put more on you than you can bear. Okay, so the Christ consciousness will teach you that the first is the last, and the last shall be first. So that means that constantly we're always going first, last, first, last, first, last, first, last. Always. We're always going first to last and first to last, because these are only left brain conceptual thoughts. Okay, so we, as being friends of the light, we must understand what the light is, what the light actually is, because we don't want anyone joining this group or anyone partaking in Friends of the Light without actually understanding what the light is, because you can't be a friend of the light if you don't know what light is. Okay? Light is actually the darkness inverting, meaning to turn itself inside out and reflecting itself back to itself in order to be experienced, and in order to be experienced and seen fully. Okay, so the darkness actually flips itself inside out. The darkness actually flips itself inside out and creates the light. Like the Bible says, in the beginning was the Word. Okay, and without word there is without thought there is no words. Without thought there is no words. Okay, so in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God and was God. And without it, there was nothing that was created. Okay, so without light, without darkness flipping itself back upon itself and creating light, there is no light, there is no experience, there is no movement. So whatever you conceptualize as nothing, no matter what color you see, no matter what number you see, no matter what sign or symbol you see, then without movement, then there is nothing that exists. Okay, so you must actually take your thoughts and concepts and your signs and symbols and your numbers and your grace and all of your principles and morals and put them into action. Okay, this is the point of existence. The point of existence is to exist more and more. If there is no thing at the base of existence, there's no thing at the base of existence, then you must experience something. So something is to experience something more and more and more. No thing is non-existent. Okay? No thing actually exists, but the non-existence of no thing is to not exist more and more. So you're constantly pushing yourself back. But why do that? Why do that when you can constantly push yourself forward and forward and forward and forward? Why keep on holding on to depression and sadness and anger and fluxinus and hilipilification when you can push yourself, to be more and more and more of a being than what you conceive that you actually are, what you conceive yourself as what you actually are. You are actually an infinite cosmic being, light. Okay, and this light also breaks itself down into different spectrums and colors, starting from the red, the lower vibrations, the darkness, the brown, and going up into the higher realms, into the purple and indigo and bluish colors and beautiful colors. All of these colors upon one another, layering themselves upon one another, creates this reality, creates this figment of our imagination that we call life and what we call experience. So I just want people to get the fact that we all come from the same source. We all come from the same oneness. And we all come from the thing called no thingness, which is something, which is infinity, which always pulls back on itself and creates the circle, the infinite spiral. Okay, when you look at a circle, when you look at a spiral two-dimensionally, it will create zero. So this is the thing that we need to take hold upon to, the zero era, taking everything back to the zero era. We must become the zero again. Okay, now we're at the point where we've gone through all these different pains and all these different pleasures, to now we must come back in the age of Aquarius, that we deem as the age of Aquarius, which is not really the age of Aquarius. All the zodiac signs just represent a part of ourselves that we need to integrate into our mentality, into our thinking, in order to fulfill our desires in our current realm, our current incarnation. So take hold to the most righteous things that you can think of in your current incarnation, into your current incarnation, and take those things and integrate them into your thinking, so that you can synchronize your left and right brain in order to vibrate the frequent thoughts, frequently think on the most righteous things. Okay, when you frequently think on the most righteous things, then you will always stay on the straight path. There is not a literal straight path, because everything in existence spirals and curves, okay? And it constantly curves and spirals. But to make it straight is to take the most righteous things that at that time are most beneficial for you, to get that infinity, to keep that infinity going, okay? To keep that infinity going. And that's the purpose of our existence. Friends of the light. Friends of the light. The light comes from the darkness, and the darkness comes from the light. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and without the Word there was no thing that can be created. And the Word became flesh. The Word became living things, which was something, which is experience, which is movement. And the Word became this, okay? So use your words to enlighten others. Use your thoughts to enlighten yourself. Yourself is everything, okay? And you have a boat. You have a ship. You have a ship. You have a ship, which is your ego. Your ego can never die. It's people talking about killing your ego. No, you can never kill your ego. Death is only transformation. So you can only transform your ego. You can only transform your ego from one state to the next, because as the law of conservation of energy says, energy cannot be created or destroyed. Only transform from one form to the next. Okay? So take your energy and transform it, constantly transform it and refine it and alchemize it and better and better and better until it is gold, until that is all you are shining, that is all you are expressing, that is all you can do. That is all you can do in this reality. In this reality, there are so-called limits, okay? But I wish for you to push those limits. Push those limits. Express yourself, okay? Express yourself. Study yourself through your astrology. Study astrology. Study your biology. Study your epigenetics. Study epigenetics, because epigenetics will tell you that even though you have come through your subconscious mind, and your conscious mind reflecting itself back to itself through the conscious mind, your conscious mind reflecting itself back to itself through the subconscious mind, it tells you that you can break those limits, and you can get more and more for yourself. Okay? When you get this more and more for yourself, from the nothingness to the somethingness, which is infinity. Okay? Constant spiraling, constant betterment. Betterment is the reason of existence. Betterment is the reason for everything, giving to one another and being interdependent upon one another. Everything is interdependent. Everything exists for existence. No thing exists to create existence. No thing exists. Meaninglessness exists for a meaning. Meaninglessness exists for creating more meaning and more betterment and more existence and more realms of reality and more dimensions that beings can exist in, and create even more beings. Let us be friends of the light. Let us be. Let us do more. Let us take action. If you are not taking action, then I ask of you to please get off your arse. Your ASS. Get off your arse and do better. I love myself. Light lords, let us rise. Light lords. Peace.